Hey everyone, welcome to Judging for the Win. I'm Dave, and this is my daily ruling. Today's question was suggested by a viewer. Thanks to Master Argus for this one. Amy sacrifices Academy Rector to flashback Cabal therapy. She knows Nick has a disenchant in his hand. Can she discard Nick's disenchant before Nick is able to use it to destroy the enchantment Amy gets with Academy Rector? Now, to answer this question, let's go through exactly what happens step by step. To cast Cabal therapy, Amy pays the spell's cost, in this case, sacrificing a creature. Paying this cost causes Academy Rector's ability to trigger, but that ability will not be put onto the stack until the next time a player would get priority. In other words, after the entire game action of casting Cabal therapy has been completed. This being the case, we can say that Academy Rector will get an enchantment before Cabal therapy resolves. Magic doesn't use the batch system anymore, so both players will get a chance to cast spells and activate abilities after the Academy Rector ability resolves, but before Cabal therapy does. This means Nick will be able to destroy Amy's enchantment if he casts the disenchant during this window. Well, that's too bad for Amy. Let's try something else, like maybe this Cabal Therapist. If you sacrifice Academy Rector to Cabal Therapist, that will cause both the Therapist's reflexive trigger and the Academy Rector ability to trigger. Amy controls both, so she would choose the order that they're put onto the stack. If she chooses to have Nick discard first and then search for an enchantment, Nick will not be able to disenchant the enchantment Amy gets with Academy Rector. Let's take a moment to observe that Academy Rector predates the rules concept of a reflexive trigger. Exiling it and searching for an enchantment are all part of the resolution of a single triggered ability. In contrast, with Cabal Therapist, there's a second triggered ability that triggers when you sacrifice the creature. I'll leave it to the comments section to discuss whether the answer would be any different if Academy Rector used this type of template, which it probably would if Wizards were going to print a similar card today. Let's close out with one last challenge question to test your understanding, and for that we'll be using this capital punishment. If one player sacrifices an Academy Rector and another player is going to have to discard a disenchant, will the disenchant player be able to destroy the enchantment the Rector player is getting? So, with capital punishment, the first thing you can see is that the discarding happens after the creature sacrificing. Now, that's a promising start for the disenchant player, but recall that players do not get priority to cast spells or activate abilities in the middle of resolving a spell. Likewise, any triggered abilities that trigger during the resolution of a spell or ability do not go on the stack right away. The fairies who are in charge of triggered abilities just write them on their whiteboard. The game does not transfer them from the whiteboard onto the stack until the next time a player would get priority. Accordingly, with capital punishment, the official sequence would look something like this. First, all the players would choose which creature that they're sacrificing, and then all the creatures are sacrificed simultaneously. This causes Academy Rector's ability to trigger. Then, all players choose which cards they will discard, and all of them are discarded simultaneously. After this, capital punishment is put into its owner's graveyard, and then the Academy Rector ability is put onto the stack. If you'd like more details about how to officially resolve that capital punishment, you may like my video where I compared Crack the Earth to Show and Tell. But that's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again next time for another daily ruling. Until then, I hope you have a great day.